There are no secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Aloha from Honolulu and home of the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Rainbow Warriors will put total leather to crank us up. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Hurricane offense makes its way onto the field to start this game. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches know.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Johns. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure coming. He's got it wrapped up.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
The Hurricanes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on second down. Finds his man. It's John. And we've been waiting to see the spin move, and so too had the defense. They were ready for it. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. And the third down pass incomplete after a good deflection by the defense. And the Hurricanes line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Probably hope for a little bit more on that one. It'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. The Rainbow Warriors offense will have its first possession of the game. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollack, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. To throw, it's Meadows. Here comes the heat. Got his man. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The Rainbow Warriors will have it 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
It'll be 3rd and long. Trying play action. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. And that might be the edge of his range, but he had just enough. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there, incomplete. You know, when you get off to a tough start in conference play like these guys have, sometimes the temptation is just to try to get through it, play out the string. How can they turn it around?
Well, they just need to put a game together in all 3 phases for 4 quarters, and they haven't been able to do that yet this year, especially, David, when they've gotten an ACC play.
Yeah, and they've struggled. It's not the start they wanted, but what a coach is talking about. Like, when you get some adversity, how are you going to respond? And how do we finish the second half of the season so we can build on it for the future? It's not pretty. It's not fun. But let's finish strong throughout this conference play.
Quick release by the QB. And he's brought down after a nice game.
3rd down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You know, you got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes it, gets another 1st down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Caught behind the line. It's Woodhead. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Off play action. Fires to the tight end. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. And the Canes are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
And the Canes with a long way to go after the loss on the... Looking deep down the right side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. The RPO, it's complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
Hauls it in. On the move at the 30. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver in the middle of the field.
They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Guys, it is Hawaii who will carry the lead to the quarter break, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Wants to throw again. Here's a heat. Complete in the middle. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Rainbow Warriors will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys. And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Hawaii.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. TCU packed a wallop today, and in many ways...
And he bumps it up inside the 20. The kicking team's got it, and they take the ball right back. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time. It took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You've put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Meadows. Zings it complete to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Those 3rd downs are hard to execute, and when you get in the red zone, it gets even harder. But this offense did a great job. Now, forget the 3. We're leaving that behind. Now set up 1st and goal.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position.
Touchdown, Warriors! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
Fielded in the end zone, it's John. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Wants to go up top. Moves away as he feels pressure. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Backed up now, here's second and long. Handoff to the single back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Looking to throw on third. Snagged in the middle. It's Barmore. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. It's complete to the left. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole and the quarterback throwing a strike.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Back to throw, time running short in the half. Quarterback just flat missed it, incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but it'll be stopped inches short. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And here comes the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard. It's good. Jets are forced to settle for the field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, nice to see you actually showed up for today's broadcast in paradise, given all there is to do there in Honolulu. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's say aloha once again to the guys inside Aloha Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Hurricanes will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Looking to throw, it's Meadows. Fires to the big fella. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Rainbow Warriors are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Wants to throw on third down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. And the Rainbow Warriors are marching down the field. Off play action on first down. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Firing toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz. Because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with first and goal because of great third down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field, when everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on second down and goal?
To the right, complete. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. After a drive this long, a field goal would be demoralizing at this point. It's 3rd and goal.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast. They try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Never a doubt. And now the lead is even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Pulls it in. It's Barmore. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And it took the defense a bit to get a handle on him, a little slippery with all those juke moves. And the Hurricanes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Looking for room. It's Woodhead. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. Punt is on its way. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on the board here to extend that lead, David.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown, but if you put another long drive together, get points, multiple possessions in a row, start to let those body blows add up and wear this defense out.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
Looking downfield, it's Meadows. Finds his target down the middle. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the 2nd half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. Makes the grab. Breaks into the open. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
On those screen plays, you really want to sell it. Get it to your running back and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Fires to the big fella. Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Rainbow Warriors lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. They'll try to sneak it. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. We've reached the end of the period, and Hawaii is on top. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to play. It might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They go back to work in the final period of this one. From the gun, the running back has it. Once again, finding nowhere to run against this defense. He's knocked down immediately.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. And this one is anything but routine, a 48-yard attempt from the right hash. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. San Diego State is being humbled today. There's just no other way to say it. A complete and thorough thumping. They're trailing by 21 to UCLA. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball.
There he goes! Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
Makes the grab. It's John. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. And the Canes come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. Wants to throw it. throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. And the Canes have this offense rolling. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Canes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And this defense gets the sack and puts them in 3rd and long. And I tell you what, this offense, they just got to stay out of those situations. Last drive, they got in it and they had to punt. This drive, getting in it again, predictable situations are really hard to protect your quarterback.
On 3rd and long, a check down will be the last resort. Trying to set up the screen. Turning it on. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep this drive alive. And some room to work. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Canes!
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out.
Open field on the right. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. They're working that left side. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Rainbow Warriors come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He'll do it himself. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Rainbow Warriors come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Looking for a man. It's Meadows. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Hawaii. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0.
I got to say, the mental toughness that this team is showing early this season is real impressive. And going down the field and scoring on that last possession, putting themselves in position here to go 2-0, they're answering the bell. This team has leadership on both sides of the ball. Very, very impressive.
And the extra point right down the boulevard is there now up 20 in the 4th. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Johns. And the returner will be brought down. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Takes the handoff. It's Whitehead. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Hurricanes racing to the line in the hurry-up. To the air on 2nd down. Under fire. He's going to take off. Did the work himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. On the run, fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Hurricanes come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. He's got him.
Yeah, and David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they just haven't been able to get him going in this game. Big reason why they're losing.
Yeah, and the defense has done a great job understanding that. I got to take that guy away. That's priority number one. Understand it. Late in the game now, up by multiple scores. I'm playing my defense a little bit different. Can't give up the big plays. Time is on my side.
And the Canes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Calls his own number. Oh, he's got some space. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Looking downfield on first down. Finds the tight end. He'll be run out of bounds right at the 25.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Looking to fire. Sets up the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the...
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. And the Canes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team just, they fight.